Design number 11. A wooden villa with tower and 1850s floor plan. This design was prepared and executed for Mr. C.H. Rogers at Ravenswood, Long Island, and as it is built on a situation which commands a good view of the East River, more or less intercepted from the lower stories by buildings and trees, it was thought desirable to arrange some point of view from the upper part of the house which should admit of the whole extent of prospect being conveniently seen. A tower 3 stories high, finished above with an octagonal observatory, easily accessible from below, has, therefore, been included in the design, as will be seen on the sketch. By this plan an interesting view is obtained, clear of the roofs in every direction. The observatory was made of an octagonal form, with a projecting balcony round it, so as to reduce its perspective dimensions, and give a more light and airy effect to the upper part of the design. For if a square tower 4 full stories in height, even though it may be quite small on plan, is grouped in connection with a villa of but moderate size, the probabilities are that it will appear to have an undue preponderance over the other features, and will thus compel the more strictly domestic parts of the house to seem of secondary importance. This result is, of course, undesirable. For although the observatory room is intended to be both useful and ornamental, it is far less necessary to the real comfort and enjoyment of the inmates than the living rooms that are in occupation all the time. The lower story of the tower is occupied as a front porch, which is connected with a veranda and communicates with an entrance hall. The angles of this hall are finished octagonally so as to improve its general effect. The drawing room is 18 feet by 20 feet 6 inches and is finished with a large bay window at one end. It also communicates, through side windows, with a semicircular veranda and a balustraded terrace on the riverfront. The library opens from this room and from the hall. It is furnished with recessed bookcases and a square bay, and, like the drawing room, communicates with the veranda and terrace. The dining room on the other side of the hall instead of a bay window has a conservatory, or plant cabinet, attached to it, as will be seen on the plan. It is also provided with a roomy pantry that has closets and a sliding hatchway immediately connecting with the kitchen. The main staircase is in a second hall, and under the upper landing is a large cloak closet and an entrance to the garden. A little dressing, or lavatory room, is planned near to this hall, and the servants' staircase and passageway to the offices connects with the main building at this point. The kitchen is in a wing on the same level as the other part of the house, and has a sink room, pantry, and woodhouse attached. It also contains a small separate stairway to 2 upper rooms for men servants. In the chamber plan a large upper hall provides access to a family bedroom and dressing room attached, also to 2 large chambers and a smaller bedroom. Near the latter a flight of stairs leads to a pleasant tower bedroom and continues to the observatory room above. A bathroom and water closet is planned on the chamber floor near to the family bedroom, but available also for general use. 2 rooms for women servants are arranged in the kitchen wing, and 2 others, with a separate entrance from below, as already described, are set apart for men servants. There is a large open garret and a cellar with furnace, but neither of these stories is finished off. This house was built of wood filled in with brick, the principal rooms being provided with sliding shutters. And the carpenter's and mason's work for this building, and a coach house, etc., including painting, was done for about $10,000 which, with architect's commission at 5%, amounted to $10,500. The vignette shows the elevation of the riverfront to a somewhat larger scale than the perspective view, so that the arrangement of gable and mode of finish may be intelligible by a reference to the plan of principal floor. This is, I believe, the only elevation of a facade introduced into this work, and the formal, square appearance it presents, compared with the actual effect of the villa in execution, or the other illustration of the same house already given, will serve to show how incomplete an idea is likely to be formed of an architect's design, if it is judged of from elevations only, and yet it is by no means uncommon to find this mode of illustration adopted in architectural works in preference to any other. If a study for a house is proposed to be so drawn out that it may be used by builders for working purposes, it is absolutely necessary that plans, elevations, and sections should be furnished, because no measurements can be taken from a perspective drawing, however neatly it may be done. But if the study is submitted with a view to show what sort of artistic effect may be produced, in execution, from a certain arrangement of ground plan, nothing but a perspective view will convey an accurate idea to the mind. And as the intention in this volume has been to give suggestions, rather than to supply cut and dried designs, the perspective mode of illustration has been adhered to as much as possible.